Here we So we're here on Mindful Monday, hmm, dropping into this beautiful solstice energy. And just been discussing a little bit about this incredible auspicious time that we have here and available right now to us in this solstice time to go in and not only face our shadows, but perhaps shine our light to go in and really see what we're made out of. And so, this is the focus of our winter solstice meditation today. So, I would like for us to just go ahead and we're going to drop in to our kind of settling meditation and bringing ourselves here to this moment and just softening in. And so, like with each week that we come together, we begin with this mindfulness practice. We're coming together in community to share sacred space and know that we have a place to call home in our meditation community, and it's a place for us to come home and drop into our authentic self and drop into this beautiful thing we call our meat suit, our temple, and create this sacred space. And so, in light of that, I'd like to open up our sacred space today, calling in the directions, all of the directions and all of the sacred portals, so that our guides, the ascended masters, our ancestors, and all of those who guide our beautiful journey here, cheering us on and keeping us grounded, that you are welcome to come through these portals and be with us today during our guided meditation. We thank you, thank you, thank you. And thanking Pachamama, Sweet Mother Earth, for holding us so beautifully as we dive deeply into our beautiful meditation this week. Knowing in our heart, deep in our hearts, that this meditation practice is for the highest good of each of us and the highest good for all of humanity and the highest good for the earth. And so it is, and so it is. And so we'll just begin our mindfulness meditation practice today, like we do each week, with this simple loving awareness. This loving awareness that brings us home to the present moment. So taking a nice deep inhale. And as we exhale, we begin to release and to soften. To soften and soften and soften. And taking another deep inhale. And exhaling, releasing tensions, bringing yourself fully present. And we bring our awareness to the top of our head. And as we do, if you'd like to bring your access point sweeping energetically up, to bring that access point where you access energy outside of your own energy field and just sweeping it up so that it is in alignment with your crown. And you can do that with breath and intention. And picturing, sensing, feeling, knowing a beautiful lotus flower at the top of your head. And with each breath in, this 1,000-point lotus flower begins to open. And with each exhale, that crown begins to really open wide and expand. And seeing if you can soften yourself into this moment all through the top of your head. You may notice that area around your temples and seeing if you can breathe into this area and soften on the exhale. And bringing that awareness to the area in your jaw. Perhaps even bringing you that slack jaw. Just opening it a little, letting the tensions go. Releasing and softening. And bringing yourself home. You may want to bring that half smile of Kuan Yin or the Buddha to your lips. That's that inner smile, that inner knowing, smiling to your insides. Bringing your awareness to that sacral spine, your neck, your throat, maybe even moving it around to see if you can create a little more spaciousness in that cervical spine. Noticing how the shoulders just want to drop and relax, soften. And you can let go of the weight of the world that you have on your shoulders just for now. And breathe deeply into that beautiful shoulder space. Seeing if you can create a little more spaciousness in the physical body. Just by bringing your loving awareness. And as we do, we just kind of notice that area in your chest, your heart chakra. And seeing if you can soften just a little more into your heart space. Just by bringing your intention, your loving awareness to your heart. Perhaps even taking this moment to say hello to your beautiful heart. And thanking your beautiful heart for showing up in your life, showing up here right now in your beautiful meditation. And thanking your heart for being willing to be open to your light, open to your magic, and open to this great mystery we call life. It's good to thank our hearts. And noticing your area in your chest where the breath comes in and out. Thanking your lungs. And bringing that awareness into the belly. And breathing deeply within your belly. And softening on that out breath. There's a lot going on in that belly. And we just bring that loving awareness and softening into the belly, softening into the moment, and softening to whatever is arising as we explore this space in the belly. We tend to keep a lot of old luggage in the belly. So we don't judge it. We just say, oh, there you are. And we continue to soften. And we continue to stay present. And noticing how the spine feels in this spaciousness. How is the energy flowing up and down the spine with grace and ease. With grace and ease, we continue to soften, bringing that awareness to the sacrum, the base of the spine. And we continue to breathe and soften. Oh, yes. And the hips just want to follow suit and just soften. opening the hips, and that whole area in the pelvic bowl. We breathe and soften and allow. We allow ourselves to open to this present moment. And we allow our bodies this gentle energy to just be. Nothing to hold on to. Nothing to grasp. Just softening and allowing, opening to this precious moment. And bringing our awareness into the legs. And spending a little bit of attention and intention at your knees. With your breath and intention, just releasing and softening, softening, softening. Coming down and into the ankles and the feet. And sensing your groundedness. Your connection to the earth. Thanking Pachamama for keeping us grounded. Taking a full breath in, and on your exhale, just releasing any leftover tensions that have not been addressed just yet. So as we come into the intention of our meditation practice today, we begin to look deep within on this beautiful winter solstice. This winter solstice that has us looking at the shadow and light. And if you would like to take this moment to dedicate your practice, let's do that now. Perhaps you'd like to dedicate your practice today to a friend, a family member, perhaps just a person that you just met, that might need a little extra loving today. You could dedicate your practice to a tree or a plant medicine, or even a piece of land that is sacred to you. So taking this time to dedicate your practice. And so we welcome this auspicious winter solstice. It's such a special time of the year, as it really gives us this time to connect in such a different way. The solstice can bring that bittersweet message, as the sun is actually the furthest away from the earth, and thus be interpreted as our darkest times. Yes. It's a time of hibernation, where we can actually embody bear medicine, and bear medicine can become our ally. That bear going deep into the cave. That bear going deep into the cave and being with oneself. And so we look at this internal state of being, where the universe colludes with what is called the dark night of the soul. The dark night of the soul, where we come face to face with all of those shadow aspects of ourselves, where we inherently face the darkest parts of ourselves and who we are. We tend to go inward and face our shadows and those places of unconscious, subconscious suffering, pain. And we allow those dark places of ourselves to rise without attachment to the old stories. And when we do this, when we allow those darkest spaces to rise, and we can witness with that loving awareness and leave the stories behind, it's this very moment where we can also shine. We can shine the light on all of those shadow aspects, and we can light our inner spark. Light that inner spark, and we can become magical. Magical beams of energy, where instead of giving in to the old patterns and the old stories and allowing them to dictate who we are in this new beginning, this new rebirth. We can choose liberation. We shine the light on all of it. It's like the child building the fort, building the blanket fort. We go in with the flashlight in our blanket fort, and we see what's really going on underneath of it all. And we can shine that flashlight and go inward. To go inward and ignite that inner flame, those inner fires that will transmute and transform all of those shadowy experiences into a pure love light. There's a little poem by Casey Leisure, who's a friend of mine. It's from his Oneness of Soul book. And it says, "To see with the eyes of love, I must close my eyes to the outside world. It is there I touch the heart of my world, and love speaks to me. Close your eyes, my child, and love will speak to you." In shamanism, we speak about the 3 levels of consciousness. That first level being very much in the physical realm, the roots, where we look at everything from that literal sense of being. The next level is the level of the mind or the emotions. The emotions, this is where our inner jaguar lives. And the third level is the level of the soul. And this is where we live that mythic life, the life of magic, of synchronicities. This is where we see ourselves as the messenger for spirit. This is where we get our inner knowings that spirit moves through us and connects us to all things. And within that knowing, we begin the self-realization that we're all interconnected, that we're not separate. We're not separate from one another, and we're not separate from this great creator. Within this level of the soul, we connect with the knowing that we're actually one with Great Spirit. This is where we find our light. This is where we find this inner knowing, where we can ignite our inner light and move past our stories. So we're going to open up, bringing that awareness again to your crown. At the top of your head, that beautiful lotus flower that's fully opened. And we're going to connect and meditate with this light energy. The spark of light that you are. When this spark of light at the crown is open and lit, our spiritual path becomes spontaneous. And this great mystery of life moves within us. And we become the experience rather than drawing from dogma or what other people think, or being subjected to our own judgments. Here we are spiritual beings having a human experience. Focusing on that light. Your beautiful light. And feeling that light growing from the top of your head and your crown. And igniting your third eye. Poof. And bringing that awareness of your beautiful light into your throat. And poof, light it up. Your beautiful flame. And into your heart. Poof, light it up. That beautiful flame. And into the belly. Lighting up that solar plexus. Lighting up that sacral area, the sacral chakra. And lighting up the root. Bringing that light throughout your entire body. Frank Natali, who is also known as Professor Trance, one of my favorite teachers. He says, "We respect the harmony of the rainbow the inner concentration of the bear, the femininity of the pyramids, the wave movement of the serpent which heals. We laugh, dance, and share pleasure and enjoy life without asking permission to do so. Why? Because we are one with spirit. And so on this winter solstice, we reflect on our inner light, this rebirth of the sun to the earth, knowing that each of us in this beautiful light that we are, we too have an opportunity to give a rebirth to ourselves, to be reborn, to start fresh, and to awaken. We can make new connections to old ways of doing things. We can connect in conscious ways. Knowing that your light is shining bright. You're connected to your highest vibration in this very moment. In that space, in fact, we can let go of those shadowy pieces, those old stories, that suffering, that dark night of the soul that we've all been in the collective consciousness over this last year. Right here, right now, you can choose to be reborn. To be reborn into a light of consciousness that holds you so sweetly. You can choose a new lens in which to see. That new lens of light. That new lens of love. Allowing that light to grow at the crown, at the third eye, all the way through your body, expanding, growing. And it continues to grow around your body, surrounding you with pure light, inside and out. And this light embraces your being. And it connects and feeds all of your chakras, and it flows outside of you, pulsing, loving, continuing to expand this beautiful light. Feel it filling the room that you are in right now. Filling the room, expanding with every breath. This light begins to fill the entire home that you are in. Filling all of the rooms. And into the streets. Filling the streets with this pure bliss love light. Expanding, growing. This light of yours touching the rivers, the mountains, the land that is around you. And it reaches out into space, rippling across the world. This light. Each breath in continues to expand inside, and each out breath continues to connect you with the entire universe. Feeling this connection. From this beautiful light space, we know that we are the messengers of the divine. We know that there is nothing that we cannot do. In this light space, we are empowered by everything. And love is our driving force. That we are light beings here on earth to seed a new earth filled with possibilities. Possibilities of higher consciousness, healthy beings. Being present with this light, knowing who this is who you are. Breathing in, I am light. Breathing out, I expand my energy. Breathing in, I absorb the purity of this universal energy in every cell of my body. Breathing out, I ripple out higher vibrations. Breathing in, I am one with bare consciousness. Breathing out, I am the pyramids. Breathing in, I dance with joy. Breathing out, I am filled with pleasure. Breathing in, spirit fills me. Breathing out, I am spirit. Breathing in, I am light. Breathing out, I am light. Breathing in, we are light. Breathing out, we are light. Knowing that you can connect to this light at any time, that you are the light. And as things arise in our lives, as the dark night of the soul weighs in, we know that we have this light that is within each of us, that is here to shine, here to bring love and light to this earth, at this time, at this place. bring magic. That magical sense of joy, that childlike wonderment. To bring a spark or a giggle. We can always find this interior light just by pausing, just by being present. Just by saying yes to the light. Just by saying yes to you. And each time the mind goes wandering off, we just bring it back to the light, reminding ourselves that we are just beams of light. We are not our stories. We are not our suffering. We are not our pain. We're just little beams of light. Our purpose is to love, to open our hearts wildly in that vulnerable space and say yes. Yes to the light. Yes to the light in our hearts. Yes to the light in each other. We just mindfully keep coming home. So as we close out our meditation for this beautiful solstice, I just want to leave you with a reminder and a knowing that you're a beautiful light and your presence is needed right here, right now on this earth. Your presence, your light, your love is appreciated. The work that you're doing, to be conscious, to be present in your life is important. And so I hope in some way this guided meditation has helped you to remember your beautiful light, to remember that as we walk these long nights, this night of the soul, this darkness that is in our collective at the moment, that you are needed at this time. Your light is needed. And so I hope that this guided meditation has helped you in some way to come back home to your light, to the remembrance of who you are. Yeah. And that third level of consciousness, that soul consciousness, that you are connected to the divine always, and that your light is such a beautiful presence in this world. So we close our sacred space today, thanking and thanking and thanking our beautiful guides for being here and holding such sacred space in the ethers as we do this Mindful Monday meditation. I'm grateful to share this time with you, this space with you, this light with you. It's a beautiful day. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So much love. Happy solstice. Many blessings.